Today's video is sponsored by CurlsQueen, and in this video we are going to be using their Drawstring Ponytail in 4A4B. That is a curly texture. It has 2 combs and a drawstring for extra security. I really like this bundle because it is nice and thick. It had great curl definition and, more importantly, very minimum shedding. Of course, they like to send a few goodies over, so we have a bonnet and a detangling brush to go along with it. I am going to be washing this Drawstring Ponytail. For reference, it is one bundle of hair, and I like to wash my bundles because sometimes pre-packaging you want to get any dirt or residue off of the bundle, but also to see the curl definition. As you all can see here, the bundle washed and shampooed really well, and we are not finished unless we add some conditioner to this bundle. Whenever I add hair extensions, I try to treat the hair as if it was my own because it is going to be in my hair. I do like to go ahead and detangle because this is going to make the styling process easier. Of course, we need to go ahead and prep our hair. As you all can see here, I have more of like a heatless blowout. I did put my hair in some plaits just to like dry overnight. And now I am sectioning off the section in the front that will have the 2 braids to add a little pizzazz to the hairstyle. I am going to be working in the front section first, meaning doing my 2 braids on the side. Before I get into braiding, I do like to thoroughly detangle the entire section, and then I will base it with my braid jam that I love to use for any braids or flat twist hairstyles. And then I'm going to split that entire section in half horizontally to begin the braiding process. You do want to use a comb or brush to smooth that product in because it will make things look a whole lot smoother. When you begin braiding, you want to start by picking up very small sections of hair first, and you want to make sure that as you are braiding, you are running your fingers through your hair to make sure that you are not creating any additional tangles within your hair. If you struggle with doing cornrows, you can also substitute this for a 2-strand flat twist and it will look just as good. But of course, you want to make sure that whether you're doing braids or flat twists, that it is nice and neat and it's not super tight, but it has enough hold to stay in place all week. I like to use a little mousse on the ends of my hair just to make sure that everything is locked in place. And I went ahead and did this for the second braid as well. Now moving on to the back section, we are going to start by securing our hair in a ponytail. And again, we are going in and we are detangling our hair. My hair does have like a pre-leave-in conditioner on it, but I like to go in and add more of a water-based leave-in to help my hair with moisture as well as the smoothing process for when we add a gel. So make sure you prep your hair, your natural hair, by making sure it is well moisturized and cared for before adding a lot of gel to your hair. I am not being skimpy with the gel. I am adding a lot because again, I want this hairstyle to last me all week with minimum frizz as possible. So make sure you use your hands to smooth, but then go in with a brush of your choice just to make sure that that product is getting worked into your hair strands. And then we are going to secure it with a hair tie so that we hold it in place as we work on smoothing the other 2 sections of our hair. If you are wondering, this is an arm workout, okay? There is no question about it. It does require some upper arm strength to be able to hold your hair and get it into place, but definitely be patient with yourself. If you have to take breaks, but not too long because you don't want your hair to revert and curl up too fast and your ponytail not be as sleek as possible. One important thing to note is that I literally only use one hair tie to get my hair into a ponytail. For me, it helps reduce a lot of tension on the hair, and it's also just being patient, learning how to smooth and learning how to use effective brushes for getting your hair in a ponytail. I'm using a couple of additional scrunchies to basically band my hair that's left out of the ponytail, and then I roll it down into a ball and secure it with another hair tie to prepare my hair for the drawstring ponytail. And then I like to go on top of my hair with mousse. You all know that I love mousse as a finishing touch because it really does lay down all of the flyaways. It makes everything looks nice and smooth. So of course I'm making sure I'm getting in that nape where those little hairs like to roll down, and then I am adding on a maximum hold finishing spray. Again, I want this style to last all week, so I need to make sure that it is going to hold up well. I'm using these black strips to help with the drying process. I'm going to add 2 more right on top, and then I will secure it with my favorite black scarf that I use to tie down my hair to sit up under the dryer. In my opinion, the hair dryer is not optional, okay? Letting your hair set into place with a little bit of heat with a hooded dryer really allows for a nice finishing look, and it really does help your hairstyles last all week. Once your hair is dry, go ahead and start styling the ponytail. It is going to be way easier to define the curls on the ponytail before you put it on your head. So I am using lots and lots of mousse, okay, to get the curls as defined as possible and natural looking. That is what the ponytail looks like, and I'm super excited to put it on. So go ahead and remove your black strips. By the way, if you're curious, I set up under the dryer for about 40 minutes, and this is what my hair is looking like. Nice and sleek and laid. My edges are laid without any major edge control, just mousse, just by sitting up under the dryer. Now for the ponytail, once we get ready to put it on, we're going to make sure there is a comb on top and a comb on bottom, just for the security around the ponytail that we created. And you're going to want to hold those combs in place with one hand while you grab the drawstring part of another. If you have someone at home that can help you hold it in place while you tighten it up, you can do that. But you do not want this drawstring to be too tight. Only do it tight enough for your comfort, and of course it's security. And then I like to wrap the drawstring around my ponytail and then pin it in place so that no one can see the drawstring just moving around. Now grab one of the braids, secure that with a bobby pin, and you're going to do the same to the other. And last but not least, we have to hide the line of demarcation for the ponytail. So grab a section of your ponytail and you're going to wrap that all around the ponytail, creating a nice sleek finish until you feel that the tracks and line of demarcation from the drawstring ponytail is covered, and then you're going to secure that with one bobby pin. So in total, you should have only had to use 4 bobby pins to get everything in place, and then make sure you fluff the hair to your liking, and here is the final look. Curly extensions have to be one of my favorite hairstyles because it allows me to continue to wear curly hair without having to leave my hair out all the time. I really hope you all enjoyed the video and found it useful. Can't wait to see you in the next one. See ya!